So I will be around all these days because I plan to email you the actual final exam, again, to only those people that want to take it. Those that don't want to take it already told me that by email, so you don't have to. If you don't want to take it, then just let me know that. If you did not tell me that as of yet. But again, I sent this practice email, practice final, to everyone who did not ask me about skipping it. I think somebody saw it and then said, Alex, I don't want to take it. So, but I already sent it. I sent it, I think, 2 days ago. So you already received it. But no worries. If you don't want to take it, don't take it. Okay. We already discussed that. I just want to make sure that you relaxed and feel good and just plan to email me your homework as soon as you are done. In fact, some people already emailed me their homework, which is great, and you are done for this semester. But again, your grades will be posted when I get that roster, and that will be at the end of week after next. It's a special roster that will be sent to me so I can enter grades in that roster. So I will be entering your course grades in that roster. That's how we'll end this nice semester. I think it was pretty nice semester, right? So once again, next week I will be on Zoom. Just make sure that you feel comfortable working out your final exam that you should receive sometime tomorrow at night. So you can even do it on Friday or weekend if you want, or you can leave it till the due day. Due day will be on Monday for the coming final, the 2nd of December. So Monday, December the 2nd, so that would be more than actually almost 2 weeks from now. Oops, I think I misclicked something. So share. Sharing screen. Try to take something away. Share screen. Oh, I think I closed that practice. That's what happened. All right, so here, so it looks like that I'm going to start out with this exam. So once again, final will be due anytime from the moment you receive it tomorrow night by Monday, December the 2nd. I hope that be plenty of time. Let's say when on December 2nd. Okay, at midnight. Take your time. Sure, you don't need that much time, but you'll still have plenty. And even if you want to turn it on December 3rd, because of whatever things could happen, it's fine. I will accept it later. In fact, if I don't receive it on December the 2nd, I will be reminding you by email to please send it to me. So there will be two problems, just like we had on the midterm exam. They will be in the analogous format as the midterm was. So I will be using your digits, last digits of student ID. So problems not going to look alike. Like for example, here in my case, instead of A, I will be using 5. If you want me to use some other number, just tell me which one. Because problems will be pretty much the same anyways. Like here we're going to have x times ln of 5 plus 1, which is 6x. dx. And if you have some other last digit of your student ID, not 5, but say 0, then it'll be a 0 plus 1, so it'll be just 1x. Or if it's 9, then it'll be 9 plus 1, so it's 10x. So the answers are gonna look a little bit different, but the way you do problem will be the same. You're gonna have to use integration by parts. Last thing we did in our class, we were integrating by parts. We were using the special formula for that matter. So whenever you have a ln, you should integrate by parts. So it'd be u times dv. So my formula then says it's going to be equal to u times v minus integral of v times du. So I need to pull out this ingredient such as u, v, and again v, and then du. So I can use the formula. So to be able to do this, I will prepare. So ln of 6x, I call as a letter u. And I do this on purpose. I don't want to call as letter u my x, because ln x I can't integrate, but I can find its derivative. And that was the point of using parts. And then the remaining piece, which is x multiplied by dx, is called dv. And then we do integration on one side and differentiation on the other side. And that should give us a better looking expression. So when I integrate my second piece, I end up with x squared over 2 according to the formula, and that's equal to letter v. So I have my v ingredient. And then I need to differentiate both sides here, and derivative of ln is going to be 6x in denominator because it's 1 over x. So if I take derivative of ln, it's going to be 1 over that 6x. And the chain rule will make me multiply it by derivative of 6x, which is 6. And to attach dx to it, and to have this equal with du on the other side. So 6 could be canceled, and we end up with the following. U times v. U is that first piece, it's ln of 6x, multiplied by v, which is x to the second power over 2, subtract integral of v, that same exact x squared over 2 is now here multiplied by du. And our du was just calculated as dx over x, right? So it simplifies a little bit, and that's great. And notice that now integral that I have to take will be much nicer, right? So this first product I just copy. Usually people put x squared over 2 in the first place, and then times it by that ln. Doesn't matter, but usually ln follows. That's how they write the answers. Now we integrate 1/2 I can take out and cancel this x squared and x, and end up with integral of just x times dx, right? So there's x squared, so it's just x times another x, and denominator has x, so one of these x's cancels. So let me write down the answer. So x times ln of 6x over 2, can't cancel anything here, minus, and then 1/2 is going to be multiplied by, and we just took this antiderivative, it's x squared over 2, right? Power is 1, so I add 1 is get 2, and 2 is same number in denominator, and now I put the constant, and we're done. So you could just put 2 times 2, 4 in denominator, or leave it like that, which is also fine. So exercise number 1 will be integration by parts. And again, next week on Monday, I will be on Zoom. If somebody gets stuck for whatever reason, well, just let me know. I will see what's going on and help you out. So this is a first exercise, and this is going to use a digit which is very last here. So for the second problem, I will ask you to use a digit prior to the last. I'm not sure what I did. I just keep clicking something and I think I lost this. Didn't click it on place. So, anyways. Okay, so it looks like I go to back to my, I closed it accidentally again. Not sure. After this update, I need to get used to it. So that's the exercise I emailed to everyone. So integration by parts. So what would be the second problem on that coming exam? And it will again be a standard problem that comes out of textbook somewhere in 5.3, similar to problems like number 9, for example, definite integral. So it's going to be integral with those two upper and lower limits. So that'd be corresponding to the second problem on that little test. It's going to be a little test, just 2 exercises. So we have here e to the power of negative x, which is multiplied by 1 minus e to the power of positive x dx. So here I will get rid of parentheses. I will distribute first. So I will simplify this a little bit. And please notice that when I multiply e to the negative x by e to the positive x, I'm going to get e raised to the power of negative x plus x. So we add the powers because bases are the same. So that'd be e to the power of 0, which is equal to 1. And that makes life a lot easier, right? So I just need to integrate e to the power of minus x. And I guess we need to use the substitution in here. So if I have e to the power of minus x, I can replace it with letter u and then take its derivative. So it'd be the same thing, right? When you differentiate e to the power, but then you use chain rule. So you find derivative of negative x, and that'd be negative 1. So it makes it negative with dx. And that's going to be du. I think it's not a good idea. I wasn't careful. I need not to do this substitution. I need to just replace my not e, but negative x, right, with new variable, because I'm just making it not very nice. Because I need it nice. My goal is to integrate e to the power of x, which is going to be the same thing. So what bothered me here was I had not negative, not positive x, but negative x. So I just got carried away. I had to replace the power with new variable letter u. That's how we do it. So then I take derivative of minus x, and that will be negative dx, negative 1. So just put negative 1 dx is equal to du, right? So that way it's much better, because if I now use that e to the power of minus x, take this away, and replace it with e to the power of letter u only, right? Because now no longer minus x, it bothered me, it's just a letter u, and minus 1 stays the way it is, and then dx. I have positive dx, so I don't need that minus. So usual trick, we divide by -1, so it becomes du over -1, where that -1 goes in front of the whole thing. So I can write it as negative, and then integral of e to the power of u minus 1 du. I guess I wrote too much, but the good thing now I can use my formula. The formula says it's the same thing, e to the power of u. And then -1 turns into minus x when I find this antiderivative, right? And I still remember that I had 0 and 1, but I'm not using those. I will be using them later. I'm gonna just distribute that negative and put back what I had, letter x instead of u, as well as I had to put, again, I need to concentrate. A u was instead of x, why? Because we have du, so when we take the antiderivative, it's with respect to variable. So now it's going to be replaced with negative x. And since I do this, since I got my x back, now I start to use my limits upper and the lower. So there is a little bit of work that I need to continue with. And that little bit of work deals with placing upper and then lower. Remember, so it'd be e to the power of -1. Two minuses is plus, right? Minuses. So it'll be plus x plus 1. So that's upper minus, and now I need to plug in lower, 0. So be again e to the power of -0. Just write it the way it is. And then plus again, we have 0. So we need to simplify this. And how can I do this? Well, e to the power of -1 is 1 over e to the first, right? And plus 1. So that's my first case. Now I need to distribute the second. First of all, 0 disappears. 0 means nothing. So we get 2 minuses, which is plus e to the power of 0. It's 1, isn't it? So I get the answer. I got a 2, because 1 plus 1 is 2, and then -1 over e. And this is the answer. And I guess you already know if you make a little algebraic mistake, I'm not gonna really pick on that. But I guess it's a little bit tedious ending, so you should spend a little time simplifying, because that's definitely. And that'd be it. So we'll have a couple of exercises, and one will be again using this formula for integration by parts, and the other will be substitution, like I did here. We'll always substitute. If we have the parentheses, we substitute. If we have denominator, we substitute it. So we spend some time doing substitution, and that's actually not just section 5.3, but it's also 5.2. It's more problems in substitution in section before in 5.2. That's a core story of integration doing the substitution, and I guess that's why I put the problem like that on the final. And I didn't put the tricky standard exercises, just like it was with midterm. So whoever is looking forward to taking the midterm, I'm sure you're gonna like it. Plus, you will have plenty of time to complete it. I'm waiting. If you have any other questions for me, please let me know anything, because again, I will send you this final to whoever didn't want to opt out from taking it. So I will email you that tomorrow late at night, and I'll give you plenty of time to send it back to me. Just please don't upload it on Canvas, because on Canvas, you get those attachments And lots of time I just can't open. For some reason it's not working well, the Canvas. So just email it to me directly. Attach it to your email. Don't attach it to Canvas, just attach it to your email. That'd be the best. Okay. So any questions, anything that you want me to do for you? So homework I already discussed last time. You know why this disappears? It's really odd because I should not, it should not disappear. It wasn't like that before. It was just done recently. Very odd. Anyways, so it should not disappear, but it does. Anyways. So think about all that, and I want you to have a good weekend. And if you want to make a productive weekend, well, finish up with homework. Look at the lecture we had on Monday. I discussed all this homework in very detail. It'd be helpful. I'm sure you already know what to do for homework and how to submit it, just like you did with midterm, right? This way, you can send it to me at any time that works for you, at any convenient time. Plus, you will also have yourself a copy of what you sent to me in your emails. I think that's the best for safety. So if there are no other questions, I will let you go and have a great weekend. And if you don't want to do anything this weekend, well, then do it next weekend, or if that's next weekend is holiday, then do it after the next weekend. That way you will have plenty of time. Thank you. Thank you for coming over. And yeah, it's a good idea to just do homework now and be done with this class. And then when it's out of your way, you can either enjoy it or actually get the catch up with your other classes. And I know what you were told differently, so let me repeat it. I don't mind. So if you like a grade, you have right now on Canvas called course grade. See, on Canvas, I have 3 grades so far. One of those grades is midterm. The other is homework 1, and third is course grade. So don't worry about those. Look at what you have for course grade. This course grade is your grade. Your grade. That's your grade on class. If you like it, you don't need to take the final. It will be your grade. See, it's your decision if you take final or not. But what you need is to submit homework 2. And that's why your grade will be that course grade. And that's all it is. So if you like that grade, then it'll be your course grade. So I asked you to submit homework on the day of the exam. So homework 1 was due on the day of the first exam, which was a midterm exam. And the homework 2 is due on the day of the second exam, which is final. So even if I give that final earlier, but you can still submit your homework 2 on December the 2nd. So you submit it by email, and the course grade will be your grade. That's it. Because for the homework, you already probably know that I don't really pick on it. I just see if you did it, that's good. Then I give you a full credit. And that's about it. So you get to have these things when like that. See, for me to get to the chat now, I need to click on word chat and everything disappears. So you probably don't see. See, they did the upgrade, and that's pretty crazy that these things happen. So the screen is not visible. So all I can do is just look at the chat. It's extremely inconvenient, but what can I do? So if you have a grade B on Canvas, then it will be your grade. If you have a grade A on Canvas, that will be your grade. If you have a C on Canvas, that will be your grade. If you don't take the finals. Okay? When I say, Alex, I have A minus. What should I do if I have A minus? There's no such a grade in our college. There is a grade A. I give those to, well, just let you know that you could have done better. That's about it. That's why I put it. But you can disregard minuses and pluses. So your grade will be course grade if you don't take the final. You say, how can I not take the final? It's your decision. You like your course grade, you don't have to take the final. If you don't like, that's for people that don't like your course grade. So they say, Alex, I got a C. I want to get a A. Okay, take the final. I'm fine with that. We can discuss what you can do to improve it. I don't mind. I don't mind. So I hope so you don't have to take the final, even if you don't have a good grade, as long as this grade you have is satisfactory. If it satisfies you, if you say it's fine with me to get that grade, then fine. So look at the course grade. That's all you should care at this particular stage. You don't have to worry about quizzes, some other thing. If you like your course grade, this is it. You will get it, but I need your homework to support it. Okay. So, and anyways, if it's still not clear, don't worry. I will discuss that again on Monday next week. On Monday, those people that already sent me that they don't want to take the final, you don't have to be on Monday. If you're working on the final, or if you have some issues with homework, you can log in and we can, of course, clarify. Because I'll be on Zoom on Monday and I'll be on Wednesday next week. And then week after next, I will be on Zoom on Monday, Wednesday. So, and that's it. Actually, there are 4 more class meetings, basically. We actually should have only 2, but I will be on Zoom anyways, so no worries. So you start the YouTube homework after the midterm. So for the midterm, you did some stuff, and now you go after the midterm. So I can, of course, show it to you. So go to the folder that deals with our class as a playlist. In this playlist, we have business calculus. So when you go to that folder, you can scroll down and you will see where the midterm is. You see midterm review. So everything before, like 11, 10, that's before. So you need after. So you started at 13, 14, 15, and so forth, up to 23. So there are 11 lectures. I say, no, 10. Well, actually 13, if you go 10, it'll be 22. So there's one more, 23. So that's it. So the last lecture is 23, and that's the one that we worked on, I think, already last week. And that's all you need for homework. So you like your grade, and discuss there some final preparation. Then just do one problem from each of these, and whichever problem you do is fine with me. So here, for example, I probably just did one exercise or so. So you can do that same problem. You can just copy what I was doing in this. Actually, I'm not sure what this is. 6 point. Did I do anything? I don't think I probably didn't do anything. I just talked about something else. But anyways, you can skip it. It's not going to be really picky on homework. As long as I see you did something, that's perfect, that's good enough. Okay, so this is all I wanted to, I guess that's all I was talking about last meeting, and so just one problem from each of those is fine. From each of those lectures. Looks like 23 does not have anything, so skip. Okay. So any other questions? See, when I click on chat, for some reason, something happens with my screen and it disappears. It doesn't show me the chat. It just screen closes. That's what happened after their upgrade. So that's pretty odd, but what can you see? But anyways, I'm sure that you already have an idea, right? So if you have any other questions, please let me know. I'm gonna stop to record. I think I should stop the recording, right?